get ready to rock.
Hot, hard, buff cowboys, their cocks throbbing hard. 18 more wild cowboys out in the yard. Big bulging cocks ever so hard.
And I will kill Nora. Do you not understand cause and effect? How do you have an MD?
Let her.
Life sucks, and then you die.
Hello and welcome back to Wish for Death Island Population, me and you. And yeah, Batwoman is back, and so is my misery, and so is yours because I'm making you watch this. So we've got 3 episodes to go through for this video, but before we do that, I've got some shop updates and a timestamp if you want to skip that and get to the episode. First, I've got these bookmarks and I'm going to add a tassel to them as well, but I'm going to do that as I get each order when the time actually comes. So I'll just show you the design for now. I'm also looking into laminating certain products, but I'm still messing around with those because I need to figure out exactly what type I want to do and whatnot, so I'm going to show you those later on. I'm also waiting on clay for some pins and stuff, and then I'll update when I actually have the materials. I have some more art prints to show you here as well, and some big stickers. The stickers that I showed you before are smaller and will come in packs, for example $4.05 or $4 and stuff. Keep in mind I'm also talking Australian dollars, but when the shop is actually up you'll see it in your currency. This friend is named Pippin and he has a friend named Tub Tub, and you'll see a lot of them because I'm really proud of them. And you've also got some other stuff, like I've got these tea boxes with memo sheets and these stickers and some tea-dyed journaling paper stacked together and some other stuff you'll see later. And I've got a lot of stuff done already, so there's a lot of work for me this month, and again this is why the videos have slowed down so much, but I'm really proud of what I've done so far and I hope that you like it as much as I do. This project has been massive, but it's just allowed me to do so many things. I've never really given myself an excuse to work with clay that much, but I really like using clay and sculpting a lot of stuff, so this is just the shop is like a really good excuse for me to just get more art materials that I love using but I haven't had a chance to use that much of before, and just make a lot of cool stuff that I'm really proud of. Also, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that I can update later on, like for example a lot of my packaging materials are gonna be as eco-friendly as possible. I'm using a lot of wax-free glassine. So now let's actually get into the reason that you're here for the video.
Big hard throbbing cocks getting sucked real deep.
Episode 1, the grand opening, starts with 2 dudes that find a cosplay hat in the river and post it on not eBay while shit music plays. Oh, how I missed you, music migraine. Alice is also not gonna be on trial because she is fucking mental, I guess, but she's just gonna stay in Gotham. Which, I mean, doesn't everyone need a trial? Like, even though she's Alice, she still needs a trial, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing there. And someone has bought the hat with a pop-up that totally doesn't look fake at all, and we see the hat has been bought by this fashionable friend. I thought that he was Neville Longbottom's actor for a second, who I really liked in Devil all the time, so I was really concerned for a moment, but I looked it up and thankfully it wasn't. But as you guessed, this is Mad Hatter, or not the real one, but the show's version of a copycat of one. He looks like a Panic at the Disco cosplayer, so I will call him Panic at the Discount henceforth. Also, I guess the hat is magic, and is that a free Alice poster? Is that a thing? Now, before we keep going, I understand that as someone who does not follow the comics, a lot of these ideas in the comics would be legitimately cool and fully explained. So a lot of the season 3 that I've seen so far, there's like about 7 episodes out already, is just them making excuses for why, even though the original villains were put away by Batman, all of the other stuff has been leaked out onto the Mark Web dark web so that copycats could then become those characters and then be put away for 1 episode. That's all they do. Like, this guy will be basically almost dead by the end of the episode and you'll probably never see him again. Me reacting to these will be me reacting to the way that the show tries to portray the villains, so it wouldn't make sense to me, though I do understand that in the comics it would be better, and I'm not shitting on the comics. I just wanted to make that clear because I realized throughout watching this that there's a lot of callbacks to the comics and whatnot, but they're done in a very misrepresented and bad way, so I understand how much pain the people who actually read the comics are gonna go through, because as someone who has seen many terrible terrible live-action anime adaptations, I am in a lot of pain as well. Luke is now punching people, and Ryan is calling him a sidekick. Black Lightning is whoring around, I guess because Kate is like friend-zoned her, and Alice is getting postcards from Jacob and Kate, and everyone is just being super nice and not giving up on her. They're gonna get her out of here, don't worry. What is this music? Oh no, why are they covering this song? This is awful. This is like off-key and overproduced and oh my god. Luke needs a proper name, but he calls himself
Black Batman.
Because he's stupid, and she calls him the
Dork Knight,
which I'm ashamed that I found funny, but he has done some things on the dark web to trap some of the drug dealers that they've been going around and trying to get the evil things from. Luke is also getting used to the suit, but he's having some problems and panicking, so Ryan saves the day. However, she doesn't know that he's panicking and he's blaming it on the suit malfunctioning. Asian then shows up to check on Alice like Jacob wanted her to, but she's graduating med school today even though she's trash and wears makeup and dangling earrings while doing dumb things to her patients. But I guess she's just a really good doctor. Alice says that Jacob is gonna find a way to get her out, and I don't know if Jacob is actually writing to her or if someone else is in disguise, but when she mentions this, Asian hands them graduation tickets and tells them about Jacob sending letters to Alice. Asian is top of her class, somehow. Alice also had something to say about Ryan's mum, and she kind of like code worded this so that Asian passed it on to Ryan, and Ryan's the only one who knows what this means. If you'll recall from the end of last season, Alice for some reason just brought up that Ryan's mum was actually alive, but she had faked her death with a false name because she didn't want Ryan or something. I don't know why, just the way it is. She went to get milk at the store and never came back. Panic at the Discount is in the sewer vlogging about Alice with a selfie stick and talking about how much of a victim she is, and some drunk kids laugh at him. They're also in the sewers, so why is everyone in the sewers? But yeah, the whole thing is that Alice is a victim of the system. Don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly a fan of the way that the system is run, mostly because it's run really poorly, both in the show and in real life. But Alice has killed people, you dumb shit. He calls Alice a survivor, and they call her a psycho, and his magic hat brainwashes one of them into saying that she's a victim, and he's like, why did I do that? And then he finds out that his hat can control people, and this acting is just wonderful.
I'm not killing my friend. Freak.
One more page and I would have finished that book.
Mad as the Hatter.
So this bitch is sleeping on the job, and then this guy comes in saying that the Mad Hatter has returned. Now, this is fine, but the news article says, Mad Hatter spills more tea, and I hate it. This is the worst thing I've ever seen besides our real media, because real life media is a joke, and that's probably the worst thing. Then Mr. Piece of Wood over here delivers a very sterling line about how this lady is like in the creepy division and she doesn't work normal jobs anymore.
Oh, Montoya. Last I checked, you traded that big shiny pin for a basement desk in the city hall. Freak Squad?
The Rogues Unit.
Grove Street. Mad Hatter is an imposter of the real one because he found the hat. And the footage from his selfie thingy also got posted online, so everyone has seen the stellar performance. Then they gave a half-hearted explanation for how the hat is a fucking magic mind control thing, which is probably done better in the comics like I said, but here it is absolutely not.
Control technology to force them to listen.
That is technology. Can't we hack it or whatever?
They can also disrupt it via frequency and immediately have a plan for what to do. They go to Alice, but she doesn't know anything about this superfan stalker because that's what the copycat is. He loves her so much that he's gonna do this to try and prove himself to her or something. And she also does have some fans, surprisingly. Ryan kind of rejects her thing about the mum being alive and tells Alice to go fuck herself, and they kind of just roast each other for a few minutes, and I just kind of checked my phone and left it running. Also, Black Lightning is being a whore and seeing a lot of women every week, as I stated before. Her and Kate are friends now, and she's like cope fucking, I guess. And then they go back to Alice's conversation and Ryan gets really upset. She confesses Alice said her mom was alive to Black Lightning and changed her name to not be found, and then after this emotional, probably traumatizing revelation on Ryan's part, Black Lightning responds with,
Damn.
and says that she can go look for her. Then Panic at the Discount is preparing to brainwash and kill people at the graduation, I guess. Black Lightning hacks into some of the systems and then gets into the mainframe to find the mom. She immediately finds the search because the show's pacing is on crack. Someone is also leaking Batman's enemies' weapons into the dark web, and they're gonna figure out who is doing it and what's going on. Apparently some rich bitch had gotten a shady doctor to fake the name that the pregnancy was under and say that the person had died, and Ryan's last name is fake as well. Asian gets sad that her family isn't there for graduation but has to go on stage. Why is Mad Hatter just standing on the staircase and no one is reacting to this? Asian is brainwashed to say all of these horrible things about how everyone is bad and we live in a society. Then Mad Hatter instructs everyone to sit down, so his mind control extends across the entire area. However, later on, Ryan, Luke, and Black Lightning all get up. So I guess, are they somehow immune to it, or do they? I don't know. So Asian's thing is that she has to cut the professor open and kill him, and she has to remove his organs until he dies. Ryan says that they have to break Alice out of Arkham to make Mad Hatter stop being a cunt, I guess. So then Ryan just comes in to rescue Alice and like stabs multiple innocent people just working at the asylum. Then Luke goes to make sure that no one can listen to the hat, but I guess he keeps fucking up. He's gonna disrupt the frequency. Ryan just having fun killing some innocent medical personnel who probably aren't terrible people, they just work there. Alice is also having a shit fit and every postcard is actually random shit because she's like schizophrenic or something. So Ryan says she can escape afterward. Yeah, actually no, they didn't explain how these motherfuckers got up after the Mad Hatter told everyone to sit down. Are they immune? So then the power goes out, so he tells everyone to strangle themselves, and Luke fights some people. They also want to kill the guy on the table so it breaks Mad Hatter's spell and then resuscitate him afterwards. Luke glitches out again, so Ryan has to fight everyone. And they also manage to bring the professor back to life. Everyone's still just like killing themselves, I guess. How long does it take for someone to fucking do that? Like, look at them, they're still going. Alice turns up and sweet talks him, and then he simps and she hugs him and then just stabs him. Then Luke shows up and like they trap Alice and she's like, oh my god, how dare you lie to me. Asian then goes to the hangout spot with her friends and does her speech, and there's some more horrible music playing as everyone gets drunk. I wish I could get drunk while I watch this, but I'm allergic to alcohol, so do you see the fucking sacrifices that I do for you people? Ryan decides that she doesn't want to find out who her family is because she's made it on her own so long that she doesn't need someone who has given her up like this, and a respectable decision. Luke goes off to find out what's up with the suit, and a helicopter just swings in for Gotham.
Tell me you're not bringing me drama before I've had my red wine.
Live, laugh, love. She found out Black Lightning hacked her info and she tracked it to this building, so she's come in to confront who it is. Cop gets a list of weapons on the dark web, and she's gonna make Alice help Batwoman hunt them down, I guess. Because the cop knows who Ryan is. You know what? Why hasn't this happened before? Why hasn't Alice just gone around fucking telling everyone who the identity of the person in the fucking suit is? But yeah, that's... we're back. Episode 2 begins with teenagers sneaking into the pool and Jaws happens. They both get pulled under by a mysterious force and die. Yes, this is the Killer Croc episode. Then Alice gets released with an ankle tracker and Ryan is responsible. See, if Alice goes and does some dumb shit like escaping or killing people or whatever else, since the cop knows Ryan's true identity, she's gonna hold Ryan responsible and Ryan goes to jail as well. The Killer Croc wannabe is infected because the original one was killed in the sewer or some shit, and a tooth was left behind, so then it went on to infect someone else who must have gotten it while fishing or something. They ignore Alice because that's just the attempt at humor that this show gets, and you might think that I'm going very fast through these episodes, but you must know that there's a lot of like unnecessary slow-mos and music montages that communicate the same thing over and over again for like 5 minutes straight, and really badly written banter that if I actually talked about it in detail, I would just be saying the same thing over and over again, like, wow, this line was bad, this line was bad, this line was bad, and repeating myself more than I already do because that's what the show does. So I have to cut a lot of it out, and the result is the memes that are good enough for your eyes. Because Batwoman is hot, okay? So it might seem like the pacing is even more crack than it actually is, and believe me, it is crack, but I have to cut a lot of stuff out that sometimes, like when I used to watch the show before the shop stuff, I would just be watching it and making some notes, and then I have some other stuff going on in the background that I have to do. But since the shop has been something that I've been working on a lot, like I was rounding the corners of all of my bookmarks and like cutting them after I had printed them while some of the unnecessary dialogue was going on that I didn't have to keep typing notes about. I was like, okay, this conversation is going on for like 5 minutes and they've just communicated one thing that I don't care about and that isn't really necessary to the entire episode, so I'm just gonna like work on my sandwich anatomy bookmarks while I'm just watching this in the background. So Black Lightning has the report that there's paralytic drool left at the scene, so that's what's keeping the victims. Asian is not based because she doesn't like reptiles, and she says that the word crazy is offensive. Then the helicopter lady comes in.
What the hell?
Bitch got Sanpaku eyes. Ryan has to pretend to be the CEO because she is technically the acting CEO when Kate left, and this lady doesn't seem to know that Ryan is her daughter.
If I had known Wayne had a new CEO, I would have sent a gift basket.
Why does everyone in the Batwoman track list sing like a child in a high-pitched voice? There's also this really long scene that follows, and to summarize, they track the hack to this building and the CEO is angry and says that instead of going to the police, she wanted to offer a personal threat to stay out of her business. And then Luke also finds out the suit shuts down when he's injured or thinks he's injured because he has a PTSD attack, and Asian is gonna give him a medical exam, but she secretly likes him or some shit. Alice goes on about the easy pickings being the best to isolate when talking about like serial killers and stuff. I don't know, it's like this weird Hannibal thing where they like the show treats her like she's hot shit because she killed a couple people and she's like the serial killer master, but all of this stuff is pretty easy to think about. He was also attacking for longer than the pool, and she knows this because the pool was kind of difficult since there were 2 people, so this isn't his first time. There's also another long scene where this girl gets taken when she goes to get her ball in the woods, and they're searching around for clues now. He's keeping his victims in the sewer for later so they can go find him and free the victim. They also find some gross croc skin. The little girl wakes up in the sewer. Alice tries to bait Ryan, but she doesn't take it and it takes too long. And they find the sewer. Alice says that her sub story. This bald guy comes out of the meat curtain, that's a sentence that I said, and says that this is his son that got infected, and he is hunting down his son to try and save him. The backstory behind this is that the dad went fishing with his son and they found the tooth. The son then accidentally nicked his finger on it and changed because of the infection, and then ever since the dad tried trapping him and keeping him from harming people, but as the son got more and more infected, he lost his humanity, so the dad is gonna find him and trap him again. And he's actually going to stun these 2 because he knows that they're there to try and like kill him or something. Black Lightning is in the control room and she's very concerned. Alice is kind of just standing there. Zat appears and yeets the dad, and then Alice tries escaping by taking off the ankle bracelet. Luke then comes in to try and figure out what happened. So Luke is just gonna head off in the suit because he turned the safety off, and then Alice has this emotional moment where she tells the little girl that no one's gonna come and help her because we live in a society, and she just abandons her. Ryan tries to talk sense into the monster like that's gonna fucking work. Typical woman SMH, getting all emotional during a hero speech. Oh yeah, the dad's dead, by the way. So hang on a second. The cop then says that no one has escaped from those ankle bracelets. So you're telling me that no one has thought to use a taser on the ankle bracelet? Because it took her like 2 fucking seconds. What, did you get those from Wish? So then Batwoman saves the kid from the croc just in time. Alice is now tracked with a GPS nanos in her bloodstream because Luke pulls out the super sparkly pink pretty fabulous magical liquid that contains magic Google Maps things. Rachel Maddow ends the episode by saying some of the worst things I've ever heard, and Alice goes back to slow-mo jail. Ryan has a mope and says that she's going to talk to her mom after all because now that the mom is in her life, she's got to confront her. And Asian says that Luke is having panic attacks and she needs to talk about the suit because it's dangerous that he's ignoring them. The cop also finds Poison Ivy's Ivy, but then just opens it to find out if it's fake or not because she's stupid, and realizes that the real one is still out there.
Schnie, schnapp, schnappi, 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 schnapp, Beine ab. Oh, schnapp.
For the last episode of this video, we have some mama drama. This man is running for the bus, but the transport system is shit, so the bus leaves because the man's too fucking slow. The kids on the bus have this like ice thing, and this kid's a gamer, so she doesn't fucking care, like fuck magic. The bus freezes and everyone's hopefully dead. Yeah, liquid nitrogen, everyone's fucking dead. Mr. Freeze, copycat in this episode, boys. We then cut to the CEO, who says that she didn't plan on meeting Ryan this time, but Ryan then assures her that everything is fine and tries to be nice, and confesses that she is her daughter. This bitch then says that she doesn't want to be nice and just asks her to leave and refuses to answer any questions, and also says that she's gonna stop her from asking them because she doesn't want anything to do with Ryan. But then this brother, who's an influencer, so I immediately hate him, comes in to introduce himself as her brother. Then everyone ignores Alice, so I will too. Luke says that he knows where the canister is for all of the freezy liquid nitrogen goodness, so they break into the GCPD to find it. But it turns out it's already missing. Where did it go? Well, a couple of sweet little grannies got it. Look at you, how did you get here? So then some bad guy shows up. Hey lady, why the long face? The old lady who stole it works for the GCPD, and the other bitch was frozen because she was sick. And Mr. Freeze froze her because he wanted to find a cure for her. But then when she woke up 3 years ago, she escaped Arkham and aged rapidly because she wasn't used to the modern world. The annoying brother shows up to talk to Ryan, and he knows everything because he was eavesdropping on their mother. He also wants to make a business deal with Ryan to show that the mom doesn't know all the powerful things that they can do, and Ryan says that she'll think about it.
Exactly asked him to wait in the lobby while I followed the 20 on a missing freeze tank.
What exactly is there to think about?
What it might be like to actually have a brother.
These idiots are talking about personal information while Ryan is on a mission as Batwoman. Like, this was a problem in one of the other episodes where they were using like Kate's name, and that's how people found out that Kate was Batwoman. Like, can you stop this? These old ladies were taken by the horse-faced lady, beautiful individual, to the chemical evil facility because they need to find out how the cryogenic shit works. Alice is faking being sick, so Asian starts doing some therapy with her, and Alice also knows that Asian loves Luke, and Asian is being ignored by everyone because like she's like a third wheeler. So the cryogenics thing has a fatal flaw of rapidly aging you when you're out of it. So this old lady was 34 when she got out, but she transformed into an old lady. Batwoman then comes in and starts fighting everyone. Boring fight scene where she gets knocked out and frozen. She gets just pushed into the fridge. So the evil lady takes the old ladies and leaves Batwoman in there to cool off for a bit, and Luke has to figure out what's going on. She has exactly 10 minutes before hypothermia sets in, and she really can't go to sleep because that'll kill her. So she tells Luke to go and get the old ladies and not worry about her. Meanwhile, Asian is looking after the other old lady, and Alice is like, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. The old lady says that she just wants to die because the cryogenic thing didn't fix her disease and she just is tired of living. And Alice is like, well fuck then. Ryan is almost dead, so Black Lightning is just kind of arguing with her. Luckily, Luke gets in there just in time, so convenience saves the day, and they all chase down the bad guy while Black Lightning flirts with Ryan, and the bridge also blows up, so that's fun. Alice also gets put in jail. All the nanos are just being fucky, I guess, so I think she has a problem. Could just be a period though, I mean those are pretty nasty. Luke then denies having PTSD, and Asian realizes that she is being ignored after all. She tried to tell everyone that this is an issue, and then they all ignored her and got mad at her. Music plays that you'd expect with the high-pitched vocal fry singing that I absolutely adore. Ryan then fools Black Lightning in on the drama with the mama, and she rejects the offer for brother because she doesn't want to get entangled in all of this mess. Asian helps the old ladies, so the old ladies are ready to die, and then vines drag Asian in the most comical thing I've ever seen in my life. I hope she dies. And that's it, folks. Hopefully by the time the next video comes out, my shop will either be open or be ready to be open, and I'll be able to show you some wonderful magical things. I'm not sure how many videos that I have left to make this year because the way that things are going, I'm kind of thinking that this might be my last video so I can really get into working on everything that I have left so I can open the shop up in January at some point. I'm not entirely sure if I'll be able to maybe put in one last video towards the very end of the year, but if I don't, then maybe I'll be able to like put some community posts up just updating people. Also, to all the people in the Discord, I really apologize that I have not been in there like basically at all, but I've been trying my best to balance my time, and I'm hoping that like once the shop is up and running and I have a smoother way to make things and like package things, I'll be able to make more videos but also spend more time there. I really do enjoy being in the Discord and everyone in there is amazing, but it's just that I'm bad at time management and I have so many things to do. But it's still fun. A lot of the stuff is just fun and I enjoy everything that I do, and I hope that you enjoy these things as well. So on that note, if this is the last video of the year, then I wish you all a happy new year, and I hope next year is fantastic for you, and I hope your Christmas is good, whether you be just eating some food and chilling out by yourself or going to a big family event. And I hope that Batwoman will haunt your dreams and be your sleep paralysis demon. Bye fuckers.
Das Krokodil, komm aus Ägypten, direkt am Nil, ja, und Schnappi ist so verletzlich, denn wenn ich schnapp, den fresse ich, zum Schnappen bin ich immer bereit. Schnipp, schnapp, Himmel ab, hab mich schnappenderweise auch aus diesem Scheiß Ei befreit.